trainees. I am Urjan Lopena, and we shall be discussing the problem sensitivity competency. This is part of the 15 competencies defined in Republic Act number 10869 or the Jumpstart Philippines program. Let's start! Let me share to you the personal thought of Mr. Bill Gates, the co-founder of Microsoft. Your most unhappy customers are the greatest source of learning. Okay, trainees, as what Bill Gates said, that the most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. He said that because customer complaints are inevitable for any business. At some point, every business has to deal with unhappy customers. But the biggest challenge is how to handle customers' complaint effectively in a way that leaves the customer thinking that they are valuable. So guys, if you want to know more and become an expert in handling customer complaints, how to manage conflict, how to understand and manage emotions, and how problem sensitivity arises in this topic, well, listen to me as I discuss to you more about the problem sensitivity competency. Before we go further, I will give you some terms to define in order for you to understand our discussion later. First, what is problem sensitivity? Problem sensitivity means one's sensitivity in terms of workplace challenges, issues, and concerns. It is also the ability to tell when something is wrong or is likely to go wrong. Under the problem sensitivity, we have complaints or reklamo. It is a statement that the situation is unsatisfactory or unacceptable. Conflict or alitan o pagsasalungat. It is a serious disagreement or argument, typically a protracted one. Emotions. It is a mental and affective reactions people have to situations and people around them. And conflict management is the practice of being able to identify and handle conflicts sensibly, fairly, and efficiently. When there is complaint, there is a problem, and problem sensitivity occurs because complaints range from people who are mildly annoyed to those who are enraged, and you have to know how to effectively deal with each one to resolve the situation. On the other side, when there is conflict, there is a problem, and problem sensitivity arises. Because conflict is a situation when the interest, needs, goals, or values involved in the parties interfere with one another. It is common and inevitable in the workplace. In understanding emotions, it helps you determine why these feelings are occurring. And managing emotions is the key concept towards resolving interpersonal conflicts and restoring health connection. In order for us to understand fully and to be equipped in handling customer complaints, here are the 5 tips. But before I discuss, please watch first the film tip. It is all about handling irate customer. This video will guide you on how to deal properly with your customer.
All I got was some notice in the mail that said my trees are overgrown. But they're not overgrown, they're just full.
You don't understand. They have come out twice before, and still all I get is static. I pay good money for premium channels. So, is it too much to ask that I might actually get to watch when I feel like it?
I can certainly see why you're upset, Mr. Fisk. These kind of situations can be very frustrating.
Well, that's brilliant. That is just brilliant. The city sure hires the best and the brightest, don't they?
When I'm faced with unhappy customers, I do my best to keep my emotions in check, which can be especially challenging if they're being abusive.
Primazoid finishes his lunch break.
Another important step in dealing with difficult customers is to use positive language. Instead of saying what you can't do, focus on what you can do for the customer.
Because I was about to lose it.
All right, here's what I can do for you. All right, I can contact the help desk manager personally and see why they're having a problem getting your service restored.
After seeing the video, here are the 5 tips for dealing with customer complaints. First, stay calm. Don't get irritated or mad. don't raise your voice. Avoid interrupting the customer. Second, listen to the complaint without getting defensive. Sometimes, an irritated customer just wants to tell you about his or her frustration, and it summarizes his or her complaints. And third, don't blame others. Most customers don't care who is at fault. They just want the problem to be solved. And staying calm and act on your next step to try to resolve the problem. Fourth, act quickly to try to resolve the problem. Ask the customer how he would like to resolve the problem. And fifth, be polite. Be pleasant throughout the entire process, though this may be difficult to do at times. If the customer uses vulgar or abusive language, you have the right to ask the customer to use more acceptable words or to refer the customer to your supervisor. Ask the customer if there is anything else you can help him with. Aside from the 5 tips in dealing with customer complaints, specifically, there are also tips in handling customer complaints over the phone, through online, and through email. In tips of handling customer complaints over the phone, first, when listening to the customer, write down his or her complaints to be sure you covered everything. Second, use your notes as a guide to polite recap or summarize the customer's concern. This will show the customer that you understood his or her concerns. And third, write an accurate report of the call including important points that transpired and solutions that were done. This will be a helpful reference for other employees who may encounter similar situation in the future. Next tip for handling customers' complaints is through online. First, acknowledge complaints online at least within an hour even though you do not have all the answers yet. Customers need to know that their concern has been recognized. Second, apologize for mistakes that your company may have committed. This shows the customer that you are owning up to the mistake instead of disregarding it. Third, do not delete complaints posted by customers online unless these contain offensive languages or messages. Deleting complaints online may send a wrong message to your customers that they are not important to the company you are working for. And last is the tips for handling customer complaints in email. First, read the whole email of your customer to make sure you have the complete picture of the customer's concern. Second, reply the customer's email with a sincere thank you, with the objective of rebuilding the customer's confidence in your company. Third is proofread your email before sending it to your customer to make sure that there are no grammatical or spelling mistakes. This will show your company's professionalism. Okay, trainees, after discussing the different kinds on how to deal with the customer, bear in mind that it is useful to everybody once you are employed in the near future. So, for the next module, I am going to discuss to you is closely related to the complaints with conflict. Do you still remember the meaning of conflict that I defined in the early part of the session? So conflict is a serious disagreement or argument, typically a protracted one. To manage conflict, you should know the 3 ways to communicate during conflicts. Before I will go further, let's watch this video.
If you have something to say to me, just say it.
No, it's fine.
Like, hello? Why are you doing that? Why do you always leave it open? I can hurt myself on that.
Oh my.
Ugh. Oh, Danielle, could you please you start closing that? Because it's just kind of bugging me how you just leave it.
Yeah, sure. And thanks for letting me know that you feel that way.
Thanks, Snookums.
First is aggressive communication. Their verbals are yells, threatens, give orders, ask questions to pressure, use the word I often because of self-centered focus. The non-verbal are glares, uses aggressive hand gestures, face looks angry, stamp foot, bangs fist on table. And the negative effects on relationships are builds resentment, show lack of respect, show lack of cooperation, loses confidence, customer would go to a competitor, the boss might fire you. Second is passive communication. The verbal are don't exactly say what they want, apologizes for self, does not give opinion, does not disagree, and gives in easily. The nonverbals are speak softly, eyes look down or looks away, makes nervous gestures with hands. The negative effects on relationships are makes it difficult to build relationship, builds resentment, shows lack of respect for self and or the other person, and it makes difficult to do business. And last is the assertive communication. The verbals are giving opinions without forcing people to accept them, uses a calm voice, asks questions to understand. The nonverbals are listens as well as talks, maintains comfortable eye contact as culturally appropriate, justifies ideas with facts. The negative effects on relationship are builds positive relationship, makes customer more respectful, shows a boss who can communicate with coworkers, promotes respect for self and others, and last, builds teamwork and cooperation. After knowing the three ways in communicating during conflicts, let us find out the steps in resolving conflict. Conflict is a normal part of any healthy relationship. After all, two people can be expected to agree on everything all the time. The key is not to avoid conflict, but to learn to resolve it in a healthy way. But before we continue, let us watch this video. This is an example on how to resolve conflict.
Hey Matthew, did you finish the U Summit sign-up sheet?
No, it's a work in progress. I'll have it done this afternoon.
Okay, because I really need it done today because people are trying to figure out how to sign up.
No, yeah, I promise. No, wait, I've got a meeting this afternoon. Tomorrow at the latest. I'll have it to you tomorrow for sure.
Hey Shyla.
Oh, hey, Tom.
Hey, can you do me a favor and help me get Matthew to do the U Summit sign-up sheet? Because I really need that today.
Oh, sure, no problem.
Thanks.
Hey, Matthew.
Hey, what's up, bud?
Hey, is there any chance you can really do that sign-in sheet for the Youth Summit today? Holly really needs it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I probably should get it done today. I'll do it right now.
Thanks, man.
After watching the video, here are the 4 steps in resolving conflict. There are 4 steps in conflict resolution. Step 1, agree on the problem statement that represents the conflict. Step 2, list possible solutions. Step 3, discuss possible solutions and their likelihood for success. And step 4, select a solution that is acceptable to the parties involved. The last module that I am going to discuss is the understanding and managing emotions. In this topic, problem sensitivity occurs when emotions give anger, fear, or feelings that can result to a problem. Consider where the emotions come from can help you think before you act. Empathy for another person if you haven't experienced the trigger emotions by imagining yourself in his shoes or recalling a similar experience. But before I go further, let me show you a film clip about emotions.
When things go wrong, anger is there. This is anger. He will make sure the world knows anger is in control. But what you really need to watch out for is when he's out of control. Get to know all your emotions with Disney Pixar's Inside Out. When the unexpected is staring you in the face, fear is there to keep you safe. With speed and wisdom, Fear assesses the situation and settles your nerves in his own special way. He's got this. Thank you, Fear. Get to know all your emotions with Disney Pixar's Inside Out.
In order to understand and manage emotions, there are 5 ways to positively manage strong emotions. First, think before you act. And second, calm down. For example, write or draw a picture, play sport game, get involved in a hobby, listen to the music, pause to take of water, do yoga, pray, and count from 1 to 10 slowly. And third, be aware of your strong emotions and don't overreact. Fourth, detach yourself from the situation. Like deciding to respond to the situation later, giving yourself time to think and settle down. Asking yourself how someone else you admire might react to the same situation. Going for a walk or going out in the nature or a garden. And fifth, talk with someone you trust or who has expertise to help. Here is another effective technique for handling emotions. The 90-10 principle of emotions. But before I proceed, please watch this video for us to easily understand. So what is the 90-10 principle? Stephen Covey's 90-10 principle is another effective technique for handling emotions. The 10% refers to the things that happen to you that you have no control over. The 90% is something we can control. It is determined by how we choose to react to what happens to us. Alright trainees, before I end up this training, I would like to do a recap of what we tackled a while ago. First is the 5 tips of dealing with customer complaints. Stay calm, listen to the complaint without getting defensive, don't blame others, act quickly to try to resolve your problem, and be polite. Tips for handling customer complaints over the phone, through online, and through email. Also, there are 4 steps to conflict resolution. Step 1. Agree on a problem statement that represents the conflict. Step 2. List possible solutions. Step 3. Discuss possible solutions and their likelihood for success. And step 4. Select a solution that is acceptable to the parties involved. And the 5 ways to positively manage strong emotions. Think before you act, calm down, beware of overly strong emotions, and don't overreact. Detach yourself from the situation, and last, talk with someone you trust or who has expertise to help. And lastly is the Stephen Covey's 90-10 principle. Before I close our session, I would like to give you an assignment and answer it at home for your future reference. Choose the phrase that closely illustrates how you choose to resolve conflicts. 1. Fast train or slow motion movie. 2. A gentle breeze or a strong wind. 3. A turtle or a rabbit. 4. A hard stone or a soft log. 5. A kitten or an angry dog. 6. A gentle dove or a fierce eagle. After answering the assignment, please bear in mind and reflect to the personal thought of Mr. Martin Luther. Man must evolve for all human conflict, a method which rejects revenge, aggression, and retaliation. The foundation as such a method is love. And from Miss Deborah Rosman, if you don't manage your emotions, then your emotions will manage you. Okay, trainees, I hope that you observed all the topics that I gave to you earlier. Thank you, Muntinlupa City Life Skills trainees. I hope you learned a lot about the problem sensitivity competency. Don't forget to like this video and follow Peso Muntinlupa page for the upcoming videos and events. See you until the next Life Skills series. Bye!